Today, I'm going to be opening up the project for my latest single, Wild. At the time of this recording, the track has over 500,000 streams, and I'm going to show you every single detail that goes into a fully finished bass house tune.
Wow, the sun goes down.
It's Thomas Anthony from FinishBetterMusic.com, where we believe great producers aren't born, they're trained. Now, every week on this channel, I upload a new tutorial where I show you exactly how to create music similar to popular artists, or show you how to go about making music like I do. So if that's something you're interested in, consider subscribing. Today, I'm going to be opening up the project for my latest single, Wild. It was released on Mixfeed, and at the time of this recording, it has over 330,000 plays on Spotify and 180,000 streams on SoundCloud, which totals 500,000 plays. Super stoked about that. Now, in the video, you're going to see every single detail that I put into my songs so that you can take some of these ideas and apply them to your own tracks. Now, there's a link in the description below to download this project sample pack with all the sounds that I use to create this song. There's also a link down below to our Finished Better Music sample packs, project files, and PDF guides. One of them being our release ready checklist, and this thing details the 3 most important things that you gotta get right before releasing your music. Now, if you do want to go deeper with me, consider checking out our music mentoring program at FinishBetterMusic.com. We've helped our students finish music that's gained hundreds of thousands of streams, been supported by artists such as Tiami, Tiesto, and Marshmello, and signed to major labels such as Confessions, Monster Cat, and Revealed Recordings. Now, there's a link in the description below where you can check out exactly what the program consists of, what our students have accomplished, and how to apply for a free feedback and strategy session where we meet online for 1 hour via Zoom, and we take a look at one of your tracks, give you super detailed feedback, and then figure out a plan to how to take your song to that next level. So if that's what you're interested in, again, link in the description to apply. All right, let's get into the song, baby.
All right, so here is my project for my song Wild that I did with my homie CeeLo, and I just want to explain something first before we get into the track. But look how beautifully it's all colored. I love the colors of this one. So first of all, I'm super duper happy that this song is doing so well. 330,000 plays in the first month is friggin' phenomenal, and I'm also very proud of this number up here, 130,000 monthly listeners. Something all I wanted to do crack before 2020 was 100,000, and I have just smashed that. So thank you guys for all listening, streaming, sharing, everything, all that good stuff. I really, really appreciate that. But one little thing that I want to explain is that I sent this track out to probably 50 or 60 labels. Like, I sent it to so many labels, and by doing that, it got rejected by every single one. And I knew the song was good, and I to be honest, I'm gonna be really transparent, I was about to give up on it, and I was like, man, no one wants this song. I don't know what the heck it is. I thought it was really awesome. I thought it was just a really, really good song, but no one was signing it. And I was like, oh, I'll try this one more label. I had a good release with them, this Dep Eco, a couple months earlier, and I was like, I'll hit them up. That kind of seems to be their style. They're promoting at the moment, and they loved it. And look at where it is at now. So I just want this as a message to you guys to remember that you have to keep trying. If you're sending your music to just 1 or 2 labels, you're lowering the probability of it getting released on a good label. So keep trying. It's the determination that will predict success in this industry. You have to be determined, and you have to keep sending it to labels, because you never know what will happen. And if you believe in the song, and if it's, again, you have to have a good quality song, that the songwriting is good and it's mixed and mastered well, and the vibe of the song overall has to be good. But if you feel that's good inside, keep sending that to labels. And I can't stress that enough, because I was just really about to fucking give this one up, and I'm so happy that I didn't. So that being said, let's get into it. So this track is obviously like a pretty heavy bass house, Brazilian bass, like G-housey kind of tune. And we'll start with the drums up here. And in case you haven't heard it, I'm just going to let the song play through, and you can just get a listen to what the song is. So basically it starts off.
We get wild. We get wild when the sun goes down.
That pretty much repeats, and then it goes into the build-up.
We get wild. We get wild. We get wild. We get wild when the sun goes down. We go out, go down, go. We go out, go down. We go out, go down, go. We get wild when the sun goes
And then that transitions into the breakdown, which is... It's just kind of like a nice chill orchestral breakdown, and then it kind of goes into like a trap part.
Goes down. We get wild. We get wild when the sun.
And then finally it crescendos back up to the final drop, which I actually like the second drop a lot more than the first drop. It's a lot more percussive-y.
We get wild when the sun goes down.
So there's lots of elements going on in there, but honestly, before even signing this track, like I was saying before, I played this out at a bunch of festivals and people went off on it, so I just deep down knew that it was super solid. So let's take a look at the drums. Now I'm going to be going over pretty much every element in here. So like here with the drums, I just have a basic kick drum, and again, you can after I finish this video, I'm going to be bouncing down a bunch of these samples so that there'll be a sample pack attached to this video that you can download and use in your own songs. They'll all be key labeled and just ready for use. Again, I'm not going to use the samples which I took from sample packs. Like I use some Cashmere samples in here and some Vengeance samples I'm pretty sure I use in here, and some Black Octopus samples. I won't be bouncing those down because that's illegal and I don't want to condone that stuff, but everything that I made and all the cool like effects and other cool stuff, that will all be found in the sample pack. You can download that in the description of this video. Okay, let's look at the drums. So kick drum, a very, very simple kick drum. I've just shaved a little bit off using just the fade function. And again, the kick drum is in key, and you can see I have a bump down there. So the project's in F minor up there. So I just need to change that key of the kick drum, but it sounds pretty cool. Very simple kick drum. Then I have in my drum, my like kind of drum tops group. So I have claps. So I have a few claps in here. So the first clap I have is this one, kind of wide. And this one's kind of down the center, so together they make just a nice little thing. And you can see that they're off time a little bit here, just to give it a little bit of variance within that. And then again, the hi-hat, it's just a simple hi-hat, just to keep that vibe going. And then I have a like crash at the beginning of the bars, pretty standard stuff. I have a like reverse crash towards the end of like the build-up little end sections. Love that kind of stuff. Fills, again, just simple, super simple fills, usually at the ends of every bar. Just cool little fills, just to kind of map out the drums there a little bit and to have those kind of being very cohesive. Then I have like a nice little shaker loop that I have on that side, and then a different one on the other side. And then here, a nice little percussion-y loop with a lot of the mids cut off. It's pretty much just playing the highs. I have the Haas effect on there. And then this perk rhythm too. Now I also have this, if we look at this, I have, I thought I had it. Is it on there? Oh yeah, I have a little Alter Boy going on there. So I have this automating to the pitch going up and down. I thought that sounded way cooler than just to actually have just to give a little bit more movement in the track. And then when we go into the breakdown sections, again, I have like I just used a trap loop because I just didn't really, I felt kind of lazy, I guess, and just didn't want to really make one. And then just a nice stumpy kick, and I staggered the kick, so one stumpy, so it's just like boom, bow, boom, bum. I thought that was pretty cool, and I threw that into the tune. And then what else we got here? So we got these epic drums here. So like, I forget what this one is. Oh yeah, that's the build-up. And I'm a big fan of mixing and mashing things, so I really do chop up the samples a lot and resample them just so that they are not the exact original of like the ones that are in the Cashmere pack. So that pretty much takes care of the drums, and let's get into the bass line now.
So this guy hit me up on Tinder last night, and the first thing I did was check out his SoundCloud.
Not another shitty producer.
Yeah, you guessed it. His mixes were so unbalanced and weak.
Gross. He probably learned everything on YouTube. Such a turnoff.
Yeah, he had no idea how to compress his drums either.
I just wish more guys knew what they were doing in the studio.
Right? Guys who know exactly how much distortion to use, it turns me on so much.
I get so wet when a guy can make a song that can keep me interested all the way to the end.
Oh my god, yes, there's nothing hotter than an interesting song and a mix that sounds good on every system.
All right. So with the bass line, again, what we teach in the mentoring program is like going into specifically how to just design your own. Like we help you step by step to show you exactly how to get this the drum set up, like a good progression of the drums to make the track interesting from start to finish. And then again with the bass, we really dive into just designing the bass, and we go through the whole creative mixing and mastering process. So I have a very specific process for mixing stuff down, and honestly, you can listen to the songs that I make and judge your music yourself, but I think I'm a pretty kick-ass mixing. I've been doing it for a long-ass time, and I think I'm always trying to improve, and I'm always I'm not perfect, but I think it's really good, and this quality of music that our students have been producing after the mentoring program has been awesome as well. So that's something we do teach with the full stuff in the breakdown, all the processing chains that goes on each individual channel, and then again on the group channel, and then how to mix the groups together. So again, if that's something you're interested in, definitely hit up at FinishBetterMusic.com. There's a link to join the program. So we go into the bass group. So I have everything bounced down to audio here, which is really useful. So like if we listen to this, the overall thing of it. Now there's a couple different layers to everything. So there's this layer, which I like for a stab. And you can see I can have a bunch of stuff cut off in there. And then this one's kind of like a mid-tier layer. Then this one. So you can see this is very simple, and if we select this with just the drum. So that's the main groove of the song, and that's kind of what you got to shoot for when you are making a song. Because if the song's not dancey, you got to go back to the drawing board. And I know lots of younger producers and lots of the ones at the beginning of our mentoring program, they just kind of slam a bunch of sounds together that sound cool, but again, the groove is what makes people move. Then I have this other sound here. That's just a different kind of variation of it. And then again, just a couple different octaves of things. And I believe that's basically it for the main plucks area. So then overall, when we listen to this, it sounds like this. When we listen to this with the drums. Now, if we go over to the second drop here, we can see that things are a little bit more chopped up and there's a little bit more samples in here. So, again, it's going to contribute to it. Now there's like, I've just chopped up, again, all of these are different sounds. Some of them are in different octaves. And just overall, like if we kind of listen to this one. That one's the same. This one. Oh, I think this one's the higher one. Yeah, that one's higher. So just different sounds, different octaves, and they're all kind of playing around the main bass line. And then again, layering some stuff on top. I really liked this bass. I made it in silent. Just sounded really cool, so I kept that one in there. And then that's pretty much it for the basses. Now I do have in here, so this is like the build-up area.
Wow.
This is just, again, a freeze of the main bass, and it's just building stuff up so that it kind of prepares you for the main drop area. Now, I do have some other stuff in here, just like sub drops. I froze. This was like the main. Just a little progression-y bass line to kind of play throughout the breakdown.
We get wild. We get wild when the sun goes down.
Because if we take that out, we can definitely feel the energy dropping. So you need to kind of have that in there. And then just a bunch of sub drops. Again, I group things a little bit differently because I want to have control over most elements of where they go in the song. So that's pretty much it for the bass line. And now we'll talk about like the top bass line. In this song, I call it the melody, but it's actually some more of the top drop sounds and the bass sounds that are super important to kind of getting the drop to sounding super duper full. But quickly before we go on, if you'd head over to my Instagram, you can. I'd appreciate you following it. It's probably a good idea. I answer all my DMs. I respond to every single DM, and I just have useful tips on here that I post every week. So this column's pretty much all of my releases and updates about my music, and then this one is like how to set the right goals, what's your dream label, cheapest way to promote music on YouTube, why you need a radio mix, 5 mistakes producers make, how to make the most out of your studio sessions. All really, really good tips. And then this final column is just a promotion for the new videos that come up every week. And again, I'm doing live stories or whatever every day, just kind of me in the studio and just adventures in my life. But yeah, again, I do respond to every message, so hit me up on here if you want to ask me a question. Okay, so let's get into the chop melody. And again, like I was saying, we go through start to finish all of the stuff in the mentoring program, and it's really, really useful because I also open up like all my projects in detail, and students have access to all my projects so they can see exactly what's going on, especially in the mixing part, because I know that is a big problem for students. So in the melody section, this is kind of the stuff that I have going on. Now, the first thing that I had in there was this hard saw. This was kind of like, I thought that combined with, it just kind of kept the drivingness, if that's a word, drivingness going. So I really like that. And then I also had these two things. So this thing I made in Serum, and it's just a big, and I honestly thought that sounded pretty good. But then I also thought I could do something modulating it, and I used auto pan to kind of mess with this stuff. And all that is basically that. It just was a bunch of reverb, and it just kind of tails off right there. And I only have that on the first hit of the drop, so I didn't have it on this one. I thought it was too busy. So those are the main things I have over there. At the end, I think I have this, whatever this is.
We get wild.
Yeah, so this was something that I made and clearly had to chop up to kind of get in working with this in this little break section. And then also, I have all these other cool little things here. So I have like this little reverse thingy. Thought that was cool. I've been using that in a lot of songs lately. Some bloopity bloop bloops, whatever this is. That thing just sounds cool. That's just up an octave. And then this one I was particularly proud of. This cool sound. I had to do a bunch of processing on that, and then at the end of the bar, just to kind of fill stuff out. So all of these sounds will be in the sample pack, and you can download them in the description. And then yeah, like I went through, like this was like the wobble lead, so you can just see it's just one note going up an octave. And same with this one. This is the auto pan kind of little trick that I had. And I think Serum, this was the patch that I actually use it in. So what really ties this song together and what makes this super duper engaging with an audience is the vocals, and that's something I want to talk about next. But before I do that, I just want to explain something about our mentoring program. If you're having trouble with your music and you want to take it to the next level, go check out our music mentoring program. Honestly, I stand by this program. I put my heart and soul into it, and it really does get results. You can go down, you can check out what the whole program is about, and see exactly what it consists of, and it has like the system, the support, accountability, all the things that's covered. But most importantly, go check out the testimonials here. I made a little testimonial videos with our former students, and again, I have quotes from all our students here and full names, so I want to be very transparent with things. I stand by this program, like I said. You can hit up any of these people on Facebook, ask them their opinion of the program, ask them what they thought, ask them how they're doing with music now. I have so many students. There's like not so many students, but I have students that have signed music to Confessions, Monster Cat, Ministry of Sound, revealed recordings, just some really, really awesome stuff. And I'm super proud of all the students. And this is just a fraction of the students that are up here. I'm updating the website constantly. So go check that out. Honestly, this is the fastest way to get better with your music. You can learn from someone who's doing what you're doing, or you can try to figure stuff out your own, which honestly just takes a lot of time and will cost a lot of money in the long term. Now, we also have some free stuff down here, like our checklist. This one is also awesome. I wrote it a while ago, and it's very, very useful. And again, we have some free stuff that you can check out. So we have some breakdowns, sample packs, and of course the guide that I just talked about. And if you want to join the program, all you gotta do is there's a link in the description, just fill this out, and this gives us all the information we need to see where you're at and kind of formulate a plan to get you to that next level. So we'll schedule a 1-hour call with you once we hit you back, and we'll send you a link to schedule a call, so you can choose the date and time that you want us to have our meeting. And when you fill out all this information, then we will schedule a free feedback and strategy session where we'll look at one of your tracks, give you super detailed feedback, and give you a plan to take your music to that next level. So again, if that's something you're interested in, just check it out. Yeah, we only accept badasses. That's why I do this personal one-on-one calls, because I don't want lazy mofos in my program, and I want to keep the success rates motherfucking high. Okay, let's get back into this. So the vocals over here. So the vocals, I actually got this from an old Alex Pace track. Funny story, this guy just actually hit me up after I posted this song. He was like, hey, I know these vocals, and it was him, and I was like, dude, like, that's so sick. Like, I've never met you, but I love your samples. So this one is this one.
Wow.
Now, you can just use the main sample if you want. So the main sample is designed to go like this. And it goes like this. It goes.
Get wow. Get wow. Get wow when the sun goes down.
And you can be lazy and do this, but I chose to chop it up a little bit. So I went.
Get wow.
And I kept the echo going. I just kept it going in audio.
Get wow when the sun goes down.
Now, keeping this kind of the same is fine for the breakdown, and I thought that was okay. But when we go into the drop, I wanted something to connect with people so that it would actually give some rhythm. So I just chopped this up.
Go down.
So I thought that was a cool melody. So with the whole drop, because we can hear that there's like a bunch of synths going on here, and then it's kind of an empty space. So I was doing kind of like an A-B section. Focus back on the bass. And then here, when I brought that other synth in, I kind of chilled it out a bit. Just again, keep the vocal, keep the listener engaged, and then finally here I just went back.
Get wow. When the sun goes down.
And this one's kind of similar, except I chopped it up a little bit more. So, yeah, so that's pretty much what I did with the vocals, and that keeps, like, that, especially putting that rhythm in there, like, it's harder for younger producers to kind of understand how important a vocal is, because you're so focused on your craft of just getting electronic music out there. But once you kind of understand all that, you really, like, and see it holistically, you really begin to see how, just how hollow songs sound without having a vocal in it, and it's hard to connect with them. Now, in the breakdown section or the harmony section over here, I have lots of Kashmir samples. I have this like flute thing I thought was cool. I have this thing, whatever this is. Just some background, a pad, basically. This one you can't even really hear. It just kind of plays a nice part in the low end back, or in the mids over there. And again, just a vocal hum to kind of give it some texture. I really went to town with the Kashmir shit here. Big horn thing, small horn thing. And then I have this. So I just went up and down a couple notes there. And then I have this cool reverse thing. That thing. Reverse. And just some other cool sounds like that. I think these ones were, yeah, and then I found like a cool roar from Kashmir as well. Damn, that sounds good. and I kind of put those in there just to kind of fill the song out. But that was pretty much all I did for the breakdown, was just like layer some sounds to give it nice and make it nice and full, and then just crushing out some horns over top. And then finally, when we get into the last little bit of the song, the effects section, pretty straightforward here. Just have some like a white noise on the drop, like a couple other like fluttery noises. That one was fluttery, a reverse, some reverse cymbals just kind of going into different sections. Love these natural ambiances. That one's a jungle. This one's a tonal riser. And then here, just on the drops, I like to put these airy ones. And then just a couple of sweeps and rises to kind of finish this bad boy off. Now, yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's the whole song. So, like, I definitely did put a lot of detail into this. Again, you want to just think of when you're making music, if something's working really quickly, you know it's going to be a good song. So you want to try and always be finding ideas and trying new ideas with songs to make the workflow quicker, because if you're stagnating, if it takes too long to kind of generate an idea, it's best to just switch things up and try something new. Because this song, I think I did it in like 2 days or something like that. I made it in 2 days, like 1 full day with the arrangement and then, or at the creation, and 1 full day the mixing and mastering, and it was bing bang boom done. So really happy with that, and it came together really nicely, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. Again, you can download the sample pack below. If you dig the song, I'd appreciate you playing it, adding it to your playlist or something like that. Hitting the little heart button, it really does help me out. And man, again, I'm so appreciative of all the support that I've been getting. It's just been awesome. Things have been kind of snowballing, and I've been really happy with things. And yeah, follow me on Instagram if you feel like doing that. And yeah, if you want help with us with our music, go check out our program. I know you're going to do your research, because you're not just going to randomly sign up for things without doing your research. I would encourage you to research our program and all the other programs out there. There's tons of music programs out there. I think ours is very unique because other programs don't really talk about the creation process. They'll show you what compressors do and saturators do, but they will not show you start to finish how to and guide you start to finish how to make a song that's badass. And it's also being one that is but being taught by someone who's doing some pretty well, I guess. Who even knows? All right, until next week, peace.